Good morning, Jonathan and Kristen. Still pronouncing my name wrong. Did you grow up with the childhood story of Humpty Dumpty on the wall? Because that's how it's pronounced. Okay, let's get on with it. We were wondering how the women of Sex and the City were after all this time. So a couple weeks ago, we caught up with them right before everyone went on lockdown. Enjoy.
At last, I was really getting into my new assignment on what millennial men want, and I was totally lost. Apparently, young men no longer find it appealing when a gal can drink her own body weight in malt liquor or polish off a pack of Camel Lights. My liver and I were feeling shortchanged having fought through singledom during the time of Generation X. I was now a solidified cougar, ready to pounce on the green juice-loving generation. Thank you, next. Meanwhile, across town in a $3.5 million condominium which replaced the abandoned Sunoco station where I dropped acid for the first time, there was Charlotte, grappling with her own new realty reality.
Trey, am I allowed to worry about the future? I mean, you're a doctor, but what if we grow old and we can't agree upon the wallpaper? And what if our child doesn't get into Northwestern? And also, what if the drug cartel that I've been laundering money for since 1999 decides to replace me? But I just don't know if I can live with this wallpaper.
Meanwhile, across town but in the other direction at a law firm next to the overlook at the north side of Midtown Tunnel where I rolled my first honey blunt, there was Miranda, making molehills out of men.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I must have kind of phased off for a second. My girlfriends go out for drinks at least 3 times a day, and I'd like to confirm that those pieces of evidence were indeed a mistake. The rubber nipples were a prank put into my evidence bag by my friend Samantha. It's all just a prank. It's just some girls having some fun with me. Oh, I have a Zoom call.
Meanwhile, across town in an undisclosed location, Samantha was patching us all into a Zoom meeting for an important announcement.
Good afternoon, ladies.
What is that?
What? It's a dirty martini.
Oh, come on, Sam.
Does it even have any olive juice? No.
Samantha, what's the big announcement?
I'm here to tell you about the charities that I'm donating to now. I'm a good person. The first is, oh yeah.
Oh, come on, Sam.
What? It's Oprah's new one. Another one is called Fanciful Fowl.
Okay, bye, Samantha.
They knit little sweaters for duckies.
Cute.
Oh, you love it.
Okay. The last one is called Oral Connections.
Right, like AURAL. It's a cause for people with hearing.
Oh no. All they do is focus on...
Okay, bye, ladies. I have to get back to work at my very important job.
and really deep...
That's when I realized, maybe with millennial men, we're judging the book by the cover. Do we cut off our nose to spite our faces? And if we do that, does it matter if we put the cart in front of the horse? And if we're putting the cart in front of the horse, does that mean we're looking a gift horse in the mouth? A wise woman once said, a watched pot never boils. But that doesn't mean it can't sizzle. They say a stopped clock is right twice a day. But is that only when we look at the clock? And who decided the clock was broken? Are we doomed to live our lives? And what if... How can we... blah, blah, blah.